Hi everybody, it's Marissa, and I'm just posting this quick video in response to Mel's video, and Mel is hearts1217, and she had been reviewing the paper tray ink burlap, and she was just having a lot of trouble with it. So I don't know, I've never had it before, so I can't really make any comments on it, but I just thought I'd do a quick little video because I just remembered when I watched her video that I had purchased some burlap from Michael's. And what I kind of noticed was the reason I picked it up was because the weave seems a little bit tighter. And I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at Mel's video, but it looked like the weave on the PTI was just a little bit, just not very tight. Here, it's a nice tight weave. Now burlap, it's going to fray and come apart because that's what burlap does. So anyway, but this is where that I picked it up, and I picked it up in the bins back near maybe the, I don't know if it's home decor or whatever, but the cool thing is it comes in baby blue, pink, grass green, kind of like this, and I think maybe a lavender, I can't remember, but there are a lot of different colors, so it was really cool. And I'm guessing that kind of stuff will go on sale. I bought it for the $3 that it cost, and you got 5 feet, so it's pretty nice. Anyway, I used some paper tray ink dyes, and I kept the cutouts so you could see what it looked like. Now I did use a Cuddle Bug because that's what I have, and I used my thick C plate, that's what it is, C plate, B plate, and the A plate, so all 3 different plates. And I also used this shim, and I know some people had suggested that in comments to Mel, and I didn't know if she'd used it or not. But I got this one when I bought some Cherry Designs, I'm sorry, get that out of there, Cherry Designs dies, because I'd gotten some of the doily dies, and those were really intricate and really just, it was nice to kind of, it got everything to kind of pop out. But I used that as well. But here are some of the cuts that I did, and I didn't try to improve on them or anything, so this is what came out. Like that, and it feels like it's a little bit stiffer also. That's probably because the weave is a little bit tighter. But this is from that paper tray ink dye. Now I did have a little bit of trouble with this, and you're saying, oh, it's not too bad, but you know, the points aren't as perfect, and I think that's kind of, you know, just the way burlap is because it starts to fray. But I didn't just rip it out because I knew it would kind of fall apart. But anyway, there was that one, and I also did one of these. Get them up closer here, and it was this die here. And I did use my little, these little teeny scissors. There were a few places where I knew if I pulled, it was going to come unraveled, so I went ahead and just trimmed it, but it wasn't too bad at all. And I think, you know, that shim probably helps a bunch. And then I did a butterfly. And here we've got a little one coming off, but nothing that can't be fixed pretty easily. So there's that one. And here's what it looked like when it came out. So this gives you an idea of kind of how clean the cut was. And then I did one of the little banners, and this came out really crisp. And it's crooked because the the weave's crooked. I kind of did it that way, but from that die. So anyway, it was pretty easy. I just went ahead and I'll show the layering that I did. I don't need to run it through the machine because you guys all know how a Cuddle Bug or a Big Shot works. But I set these up like this, and I put down, I'm just going to use one of these, and I put down the die underneath, then the burlap on top, then I put the shim on, and sandwiched it all together. So that's the way I did it. Anyway, thanks Mel for sharing your review, and I'm glad that it kind of prompted me to get this burlap out that I wasn't planning on getting out in the first place. So anyway, thanks for sharing your review, and I hope you have a great night. Thanks. Bye.